Chapter 4. Self-Confidence Explained. What is self-confidence? Everyone reading this book should have a basic understanding of what confidence is. If not, a simple Google search will do wonders. What we want to talk about in this book, as it relates to critical thinking, is one confidence. Yes, there are many. The type of confidence required making good decisions, analyzing information, and think about things abjectly is called self-confidence. So what does that mean specifically? If you are asking yourself that question, congratulations. You are using your critical thinking skills to question and analyze the information I've given you already. Woo! Asking that question is also critical in understanding why building up your self-confidence is important to us in the first place. 1. Do you love who you are and what you have accomplished in life? 2. Are you generally happy all the time? 3. Are you successful in your career? 4. Can you go to the movies or a crowded bar by yourself without staring at your cell phone the whole time? 5. Can you go through life without having to always put on makeup or gel spike your hair? 6. Do you sometimes ride the bus even though you have a car just to be around other people? If you answered yes to all those questions, then you are pretty much self-confident at this point, but that's just an educated guess. Let's keep going to truly find out. Answering yes to those questions in a book is one thing, but what you are going to do in a real-world situation that's been thrust upon you, you aren't prepared for it. Would you still have the same reaction? When you have mastered the art of self-confidence, then your answer will always be a resounding yes. The reason is that our self-confidence is not something that can be textbook taught. It is a behavior and quality you can learn to possess, but it's a little more complicated than that. Self-confidence is about being able to adapt to any situation and knowing that your happiness is not determined by other people. Where does self-confidence come from? So, we said that self-confidence comes from within us. But is that all there really is to it? It is. It's really about the difference in your mindset. Do you see the glass as half empty or half full? Do you say, I don't know if I can? Or I know that I can't fail? Do you ask yourself, should I? Or do you say, why shouldn't I? All of us, regardless of our age, our religion, or background, have 3 extraordinary powers. Regardless of what you may think, we all have the power to reflect on and think about our circumstances, no matter how dire, in a positive light, instead of choosing to focus on only the negative side of things. We all have the power to know and accept that without a doubt, we are special, we are valued, and we are loved. And we also have the power to remain positive about ourselves, despite what others think, feel, or even say about us. That's pretty awesome, right? Write these 3 powers down on a sticky note and put them in various places in your house. Use them in every situation and notice an improvement in your self-confidence even if you believe it can't be any better. What these boil down to at the end of the day is this. To become more self-confident, it requires recognizing our power and then strengthening that power through reinforcement. As I said, even if you believe your self-confidence is superior, it is important to know that you can develop it even more. Why? Another good question. You're full of them today, huh? When people hear me say, I'm working on building my self-confidence, I often hear people ask me, what are you trying to do? Become arrogant? Ouch. No, that is not at all what I am referring to here. Arrogance is not the same as self-confidence. Arrogance has no use, whereas self-confidence does. A little disclaimer here. I'm in no way disparaging anyone if they do not have self-confidence. Again, this is something that is personal to every single one of us. There's no right or wrong amount of self-confidence. If, again, it doesn't fall into either the super gullible or overtly arrogant sides of the spectrum, then it's all well and good. Think of this. Why do you want to be a certain way, and how can you become that way? Our lives are improved beyond measure when we have the right amount of self-confidence and keep working to improve it. Do not feel bad if you have low self-confidence or none. There's always room for growth in each one of us. Now that you understand and know the way of having more self-confidence and where it comes from, let's examine the overall benefits in more detail. The benefits of high self-confidence. Here are 7 key benefits of high self-confidence. This list is not inclusive by any means. Know your worth. Higher levels of self-confidence leads you to knowing the value of your place on this earth and in the people's lives around you. Ever heard of the saying, hold your head up high? It's a natural thing that happens when you have more self-confidence. Watch someone you know who has high levels of self-confidence. Did you at first think to yourself that they were stuck up? Did you prejudge them? Shame on you. Just kidding. It's a natural reaction when someone is proud of who they are as a person and in society. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. This is a no-brainer. People with great self-confidence enjoy life to the fullest and are generally happier and more enjoyable to be around. Don't doubt yourself. When you have great self-confidence, you typically tend to judge and criticize yourself less. When you do this, you stop yourself from being creative and taking chances. Learn from everything. People with higher self-confidence already understand that every situation and every problem is an opportunity to learn how to adapt to any given circumstance. This naturally allows you to feel less fear and stress and more confidence in your own powers. Action Jackson. If you don't have high self-confidence, procrastination and fear are killers of many goals and positive outcomes to problems and situations. Fear is a huge demotivator and dream killer. Life of the party.